Okay, guys. Back after some technical difficulties there. Like I was saying before, this episode of Validation Boy live stream goes out to Vlad. Excuse me. Goes out to Vlad, Flat Still Earth, and his family. Apparently, one of his cousins had a heart attack today and might not make it. All of our prayers and our best wishes go out to Flat Still Earth. Sorry to hear the bad news, brother. It sucks to start the show on a somber note like this, but we're all here with you, and we wish you the best. All right, so let's move on from that, and we're going to do the tradition. I know Daylight, Ohio is not going to like this, but in at number 1, Flat Still Earth. In at number 2, Daylight, Ohio. It must be noted that on the original cast of this, or on the original stream of this, Daylight, Ohio was number 1, and Flat Still Earth was number 2, but, Flat Still Earth got in at number 1 this time. In at number 3 is someone named Here for the Comments and says, "In bitches." In at number 4 is Earth Sweetheart. And in at number 5 is the reigning, defending world champion of Validation Boy live stream chat, Mr. Richard Clark, who says, "Hello, strangers, long time no see." Oh, yeah. Earth Sweetheart asks, Daylight, Ohio, what's he going to throw? Apparently, when I say I'm going to go live and I'm just a couple minutes late, Daylight, Ohio starts throwing shit around his house. Last week, he did some serious damage to his great-great-great-great-grandmother's heirloom lampshades, throwing them through a couple windows, destroyed it. So we might have to set up a Patreon account, replace the upholstery and the stuff that Ohio breaks in his house. Last time I think he said something about he was going to throw the telescope, and we said, no, don't throw the telescope, bro. Some jackass named Validation Boy is in the room and says, "I fucked up, LOL." Yep. And let's see. Justin Bernard has joined us. Oh, yeah. Who wants to know where Jeff's been? Jeff has been gone for quite a while. Last video that Jeff Stewart put up was, Earth Sweetheart says he's been working long hours, which makes sense. I think it's that time of year. And in his spare time, he's been working on something for YouTube. And he's hoping he might have it ready for Saturday night, which would be great. That'd be good. Okay, let's see. Richard Clark says, "Vlad, I will say a prayer for your family member." Thank you, Richard Clark. Earth Sweetheart must have heard my coughing. Flat Still Earth Vlad says, "Thank you, Vivian. No problem, brother. Much love to you, brother." Eli says, "Fuck you." Yeah. Well, I think there was some other people in here earlier. Well, it says there's 15 viewers, but there's only like the 6 or 7 of you guys actually commenting. Let's see if we can get this person named Here for the wait. What are they called? Here for the Comments. Let's see if we can get them to comment some more. See what's going on here. Justin Bernard says he thought he made it at number 1 the first time. No, the first one last time said it was Daylight, Ohio, and he said A, just the letter A. Oh, Daylight, Ohio says, "I hope Jeff has proved the Earth is the shape of Oprah Winfrey's ass." Oh man, it's a two-headed monster right there. Here for the comments says, "My boyfriend recommended you, so here I am." Here for the comments. It looks to be a female picture, but, with the trolls that are out there today, with the fake IDs and the fake accounts and stuff, who knows? Who really knows? Justin Bernard says, "Damn, I'm going to get on the top 5 next time, LOL." Well, Justin, if you're subscribed, and I'm pretty sure you're subscribed, it's probably how you heard of this with that promo video I did. And usually about, between 7:30 and 8 p.m. when I am going to go live and when I announce it for 8 p.m. Basically, up to half an hour to 15 minutes before I'm going to go live, that's when I turn on the chat for you guys to hop in. Here for the comments is giving one hint. And she says that she lives in the state of Ohio. Okay, mystery solved. Awesome. You know, you got a good thing going there, young lady. Here for the comments, you got a real good thing going there. All right, Nathan Oakley has joined us. Nathan Oakley 1980 account and says, good evening. It's good to have you in here, Nathan, as always. And everybody says, hey, Nathan. Nathan's had he's had a string of really good videos. A lot of solid content. Nathan came out with a couple videos with IPS as a guest, and then he came out with another video that looked like $1 million to me. I loved it. Got to get the name of it. I don't have the thing next to me. I'll throw a link to that video that Nathan Oakley put out. I'll put it in the description of this. I still got to go back and put PMars and Flat Still Earth links in the description of the last live stream from Monday, which was the 3rd, I think. 3 was Monday, 4 was Tuesday, 5 was Wednesday, 6 would be Thursday. Yep. So there's been a lot going on. They Lie Ohio today was telling me about, I was over in, I think, Tim's chat, and he was telling me about this new video that came out. It's a new balloon launch footage video. And a lot of you guys might know how I already know how I feel about balloon launch footage. Yeah, it's great, but it only shows a segment of, the Earth. If it is actually even showing, if they even are showing the Earth, it could be fake. I mean, I doubt this was fake, but it's still only showing a segment. It doesn't go out near the edges. It doesn't, show the entire object that we're trying to observe. So unfortunately, I have to take them all with a grain of salt. I've used them as evidence in the past to argue for flat Earth, but in fairness, I can't do that anymore because of the fact that I don't like to use anything in the sky to prove the shape of the ground, because the two things aren't connected, unless maybe they are connected at the edge, or maybe there's a celestial sphere around us, and we're on a flat disk. I've seen that model before. I feel like that might make the most sense. Give us that dome look that we seem to have. A lot of people are scared about this whole dome talk. Everyone's been talking about the dome this week or the last 2 weeks and saying, oh, do you believe in the dome? Are you a domer or not? I heard Russian Vids on Patricia Steer's show, and they were talking about the dome. Mark Sargent suggests that we have a dome. I think there is some sort of dome shape happening when we look up there. But once again, the sky doesn't matter. Now, if there is a dome and it does touch the ground, okay, you assume it would have to happen at the edge, obviously. And thing is, there's no footage of that. So maybe someone can get some footage of that where the two things connect. Maybe where the two things connect. Probably not going to happen though. Gotta get my poison on. Let's see what's going on in the chat. But I don't think people need to be so scared of the dome. What's wrong with us living under a dome? If we did live under a dome, a lot of things would start to make sense, wouldn't they? The story of Genesis would seem to make a lot more sense. All the old legends of yore would seem to make sense. a lot more sense if we were under a dome and this was a protected environment, because you know the whole outer space being a vacuum, and then all of a sudden you cross some magic barrier, and then all of the infinity of space and its vacuum somehow stops working for our special little bubble where we have a pressurized system, and outside of that is the infinite crushing vacuum of space. See, guys, see this light that I got right here going right now? You can see all my ugliness, all my grossness. That's why I keep it low in here. I'm not trying to rip off anybody. Just keep the shine down from my head. Try to hide the shine, the shiny dome above. You know. Nathan Oakley says hi to everybody. Flat Derp SS420 says, what up? What y'all talking about? We're talking about flat derp shit, you know, domes and shit, and how everybody wants to talk about the dome or not talk about the dome, and you know, pretend like when they look up at the sky at night and they look at the stars that they're somehow not seeing a dome-like shape, you know, even though they are. Oh, Ronnie from Event Skeptic has joined in. And he says, LOL, close your eyes to see the truth. The domes of your eyes. Sun looks very close to me. That's what Nathan Oakley says. Yeah. Well, there's that video that came out, and you know, I can't really take the video as anything more than a partial image of the object that we're trying to observe. And when it does get close to the sun, there's a whole lot of blurriness. I wish I could say I was like super gung-ho about this new footage, but I'm just not, based on the principles of, you know, what I coined flat earth dogmatism, and the fact that I only don't want to look at the sky to prove anything about the shape of the ground. The sun looks really blurry. Excuse me. The sun seems to come really close and then super far away, and it looks like there's a glare, and that happens within, you know, 5 seconds. Ronnie says, oh, Nathan says, the sun looks very close to me, as does the moon. I mean, in general, yes, they do. They do look very close. But in that video, you know. But see, the thing is, even when the sun does look farther away in that video, it still looks like it's within the dome of the sky. You know, that magical blue stopping point. Event Skeptic says, yeah, let's argue about something we can't see. You are clearly lost, but hey, no worries. I don't know who he's talking about. Looks like Daylight Ohio might be a guest on Nathan Oakley's show at some point. That'd be very good. So I guess Richard Clark is updating his iPad. Yeah, but the iPads, man, they take like 30, 40 minutes to update sometimes. Flat Derp says, yeah, I think there's a dome too. Interesting. Yo, Richard Bird says something about missing planes. Yeah, you know, there's history. Rob S. has joined us in the house. There's history. But I don't know, how much of that history can you take seriously, you know? You could talk about where, you know, who's in control of things. We could speculate. We could do research. But, I mean, there's going to only be 1 or 2 books from back in the day that mention this, that, and the other specific thing that you're looking for if you're doing extensive, deep research. Okay, you're going to find 1 or 2 books, and then you're going to find that those books are also in question because they come from the same types of people that have been known to run things on this planet or have been speculated upon as running things on this planet. So I don't even take research and history all that seriously. All that shit could be a fucking hoax too, you know? But I don't get worried. I don't sit here and think to myself, oh God, if everything's aligned, everything's a fucking conspiracy, then I'm just totally lost and I'm just pointless existence and I'm confused and it's exactly what the system wants. None of that's true. I have clarity. Okay. tons of it, tons of clarity. I don't need any of that crap. You know, every time I have ended up researching things, which has been quite a bit in the past over the years, you know, I'll get a bug for something and I'll fucking go research it as far as I can. Not as far as I possibly could, but pretty damn far most of the time when I did find interest in things. Go outside, you know, outside of YouTube videos and shit like that. Go to try to find links, go to try and find actual physical books and stuff like that. Most of the time, you're not going to find physical books, or you'll see images of a physical book that's in a basement of a library in, you know, France somewhere, and has been for like 400 years. But, you know, Flat Derp says Van Allen belts. Ha ha. Yep, exactly. Flat Derp says, oh, the star constellations convinced me. Richard Clark says, test, test. Yep, you're there. There's nobody is banned in Validation Boy. Nobody. Richard Clark says he's on his laptop, which sucks. Yeah, because the iPad's updating. The iPad, you know, I'll see you in about an hour with that iPad. I don't know. I don't like Apple technology. Just don't like it. Nathan says, we can see you, Richard. Event Skep says, LOL, no worries, guys. Just saying hi. New map soon tomorrow. Soon tomorrow. I don't even think we need maps, guys. I think flat Earth is, it's an obvious, as Nathan Oakley says, it's an obvious and observable reality. Okay. But aside from that, okay, it really, even though that's a big part of things, that's only 30% of the importance or the 30% of the effect that flat Earth really is supposed to have. It's a state of mind. Flat Earth is a state of mind. Jed, Tim, all you guys, if you want to soundbite that. Yep. And just for fun, you know, if you guys want to soundbite that, you can. Nathan Oakley says MIT says there is a glass ceiling, but so what? They lie. Richard Clark says 15 hours. It says it will take to update VB. Whoa, 15 hours? I mean, I believe it if you're running lots of stuff on there and you got it bogged down. Maybe. Oh, tomfoolery of the International Space Stage comes in and says, I agree, VB. The sky should not be used as proof for flat Earth. The sky you look through can be deceptive. All sorts of trickery. All sorts of tricky, he says. Yeah, and it is. It's all sorts of trickery. Flat Derb says, how can we escape Babylon? Go to the country and gang up? Create a new country? I don't think you can escape Babylon. I think Babylon is the Matrix. It's the thing that they put on us. It's the entire web of deception. It's the entire lie that you live inside, which is bigger even than flat Earth if you think about it. You know, Dan Pratt might be a fucking prophet. Dan Pratt might be a genius. I don't know if you guys know about Daniel Pratt. The guy fucking rules. He came out with a series of, or he came out with 2 videos that were over 20 minutes long a couple days ago. Fucking forget about it. That guy rules. Dan Pratt fucking rules. Okay. The guy is a genius. Okay. I don't know if people out there understand, you know, what it means to have original thought, what it means to be a unique mind with true power, true introspective power, like Dan Pratt. He's on a whole nother fucking level than most of us here on YouTube. I hope you guys understand that. Dan Pratt's talking about free energy. Dan Pratt's talking about the fact that the earth is a huge machine, and life and energy and everything that we know, the material world, is a perpetual energy machine. It's free energy. Just the fact that we exist. When we die, our matter turns to dust, fertilizes the ground, gives new life. You know, those animals eat those animals, you know, such and such. Richard Clark says, Bible says there is a firmament, therefore there is a dome, period. There you go. That's because let's see. Flat Derp says, cool, Nathan. I wonder what your take is on this guy. Nathan says, like what? I had a scope for years. I don't know. He's talking about something else. He's talking about Crow 777 and Take Back Space. Nathan, when I was on Nathan's show, Nathan, I got to let you know something. When I was on your show, you mentioned Take Back Space and how when I had been on the season 2, episode 2 of Glowbusters, that guy had irked me. You know, I don't have any kind of problems with that guy. I never did. I might have talked trash and said that he was talking pixie dust and stuff, but that was just in frustration. I never wanted to really attack that guy. You know, he was actually very, very nice. And we talked off the air, 10, 15 minutes at most before that episode aired. It was like me, Bob, Jaron, and that guy. And they were mostly talking, and we were just all like, basically getting our bearings straight so that when we go live, everyone is like settled in and there wouldn't be any loud shocks, noises and shit like that. People, panelists adjusting, especially with me being the first time on air live and stuff like that. And, yeah, the guy he was talking about stuff that I didn't know anything about, stuff that I hadn't done not very much research on, or the research I had done in other areas had kind of led me or enabled me to understand a lot of stuff that he was talking about, but I was just trying to keep my cool. I was trying to be, presentable for my first time on a live stream. And it was a big live stream. It's the biggest live stream in Flat Earth now. But back then it was, maybe the first or second biggest live stream in Flat Earth at the time. Still was even back then. And I was super nervous, but Nathan, you said that the guy like got under my skin. I forget how you worded it, but he didn't. There was never any bad energy going from BB to Chris, Take Back Space, CD, however people, Richard Clark says, VB, you're right, iPads suck. Tom Foolery says, let's say I had to pay Joe Rogan to promote me on his show. How much do you think it would cost per hour of airtime? Per hour? Hours, like you're talking hundreds of thousands or whatever their contracts are, But I mean, you're talking really promote you? I mean, the ultimate promotion would be to have you on air. But I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder how much it does cost to buy a on-air advertising time from Joe Rogan. I know Alex Jones sells it. Richard Clark says, I like Dan Pratt. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know how people out there don't. Dan Pratt's almost gospel. Maybe I just relate to the way the guy thinks. Shroomminati is in the house. Shroomminati, before you even ask, here's your big shout out. Big, huge shout out to Shroomminati in the house. But yeah, maybe I just really relate to Dan Pratt. He like him or not, he has a very high level of intellectual integrity and intellectual honesty. Say what you want about his person, his personality, whatever theories you might think, you stupid people out there might think you might have. But the way that his brain operates, I admire it because it's what I aspire to be like too, which is maybe why I relate to him, which is why I love watching his videos. But he takes into account both sides or all three sides of any argument, and he still comes out with a great point being made. He still finds a way to push through, and it's genius. Nathan Oakley says Chris D does get verbal diarrhea at times. Yeah, but no, I mean, a lot of the best people in Flat Earth do have that. It's very tough for me to sit here and just free associate like this. Very, very hard to do, but I just do it. It's like when you turn on the mic and the magic just happens. I was trying to tempt Tom Foolery of the International Space Stage to come in here. It's like I'm reading your mind, right, Tom Foolery? It's like I'm reading your mind. Ooh. No, but I was trying to get him to come in here and be a guest, and he's like, "Oh man, I'd love to, but I feel like my contributions, this, that, and the other, or whatever. And I said, no, man, you go live and it just happens, man. It just happens. Tomfoolery says Eric Dubay is getting millions of free promos. On the Rogan show. That's true. That's true. Eric Dubay gets talked about a lot on the Joe Rogan show. Am I right? Or am I wrong? Flat Derp says, I don't trust Dubay. See, I don't know, guys. When you take a step back and you think about it, let's say Eric is a guy that, found out about flat earth this way, that way, the other, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And he started coming out with it and he started talking about it. And then he talks about, Hitler or something like that. I don't watch Eric Dubay, so I don't know. But apparently he's also like pro-socialist and says that the ideas that Hitler had for society and stuff like that were great ideas, and that he should have been viewed as a hero and not a villain, and that our corrupt American government and Western, UN governments, the ones that decided to take him out, took him out because he was a threat, because he was doing good things and stuff like that. And of course, people are going to say, oh no, he murdered all those Jews. And then there's the fact that the Holocaust is actually a complete hoax. It's been proven time and time again. The state of Israel in the 1970s, in a UN meeting themselves, admitted publicly on record that they fudged those numbers, and they were more like in the hundreds of thousands, nowhere near the millions, not even 1 million of Jews that allegedly died at Hitler's hand, And, and then it's also been proven that if anyone did die in any of these alleged death camps, it was because of disease and or starvation when, like railways got taken out, supply railways got taken out in war efforts, and people might have died of isolation and starvation, if anything, or sickness, and there's no way that you can fit all those people in ovens, and the oven stuff is the most hilarious and all that. But I'm not at all a Hitler supporter or a supporter of the Nazis or of socialism or any of those ideologies, any of that leftist fascist crap. But the Holocaust itself was a fudged hoax to meet the ends of, or to brought to you by the same exact people that own Time Warner and the same exact people that own Hollywood. Okay, the ones that tell stories that control your mind and deceive you, and also tell you the truth right in your face, and mock you. So same people. Look what they did then. Look what they do now. They were known to have coined the phrase Holocaust during World War I as well, which was also debunked and totally smashed, and they admitted that was a lie too. And I have nothing against Jewish people, at all whatsoever, or that this, that, and the other. But I know that there's an evil entity out there called Zion, Zionism, and there's non-Jewish Zionists and there's Jewish Zionists, and a good idea that was put forth by IPS was that it's like a Hydra head, Hydra with multiple heads, and there's Jesuits, there's Jews, there's the Catholics, there's this, that, and the other. It's a good idea. It seems to make a lot of sense. It's something that we all kind of always thought. But it's also like an Alex Jones theme kind of a thing. Alex Jones said that, in 2008, 2009, he was saying that stuff. But I don't remember what I was talking about. Talking about Eric Dubay, how he integrates all this Nazi shit in with flat Earth. Apparently, this is just what I hear. That seems like it's actually more of an organic thing. Like that's probably a real dude who has a personal vendetta or whatever mistakes we make as people, or not, it's not even necessarily a mistake. That's a really PC thing of me to say, and I'm just trying to do that for the sake of the viewers. But we all go down different rabbit holes, so to say, and some are less PC than others, shall we say. And the fact that Eric Dubay does talk about these other strange things and talk about flat Earth, and people call him a shill for it, it really doesn't make sense. It seems more real, I mean, what if all I talked about was flat Earth and pro wrestling, and I had lots and lots of followers because of all the shit I said about pro wrestling and all the pro wrestling content I wanted to put out there? Would you have to call me a shill because I'm talking about pro wrestling and flat Earth, 50-50? I mean, maybe, I guess you would, but I mean, Nathan Oakley says to Richard that he gets his frustration out here. Flat Derp says, I'm from LA. It's well known the Jews own Hollywood. I mean, well, yeah, that's it's not even like up for question. That's a fact. That's very, certain people are very proud. I mean, look, all your producers, all your stuff, but that means nothing. That means nothing when it comes to world control and all this shit. You know, it could be like Alex Jones and like IPS have both said, a Hydra kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? Flat Derp says, I know of a Masonic billionaire in my hood, and the dude has a dark demeanor. A Masonic billionaire? That's fucking scary. Oh, man. Nathan Oakley asks Earth Sweetheart, Jeff Stewart's wife, if she is into cars. Let's see. Daylight says 25 watching. It says 26 viewers here. And whenever I say that, it always drops by 2 or 3. Yeah, there it goes. Boom. Boom. Like fucking clockwork. You guys are silly. Justin Menard. Motorcycles. Earth Sweetheart says, Nathan, I drive a sweet-ass minivan, souped up, decked out to the brim. Earth Sweetheart, is your minivan hooked up? You got DVD screens on the back seat, and the backs of the headrest of the front 2 seats? Nathan Oakley, say no more. Tom Foolery says, I get the feeling the tag team Eddie Bravo and Eric Dubé versus Alex Jones and Joe Rogan is total WWF. He says, is WWF. It's a good show. That's kind of WWF. That's more like WWF versus Ring of Honor, you know, an established company, but nowhere near the size of the WWF, which is Alex Jones and Joe Rogan. Eddie Bravo is pretty big. Eric Dubé is pretty big in his own right, you know, but Eric would definitely be the small man out of those 4 guys. Eric would be the smallest platform out of all 4 of those, I believe. I mean, I could be wrong. That could be debated. If you want to take like on air radio, you know, broadcast with, or podcast with commercials and stuff. I don't know. I could be totally wrong about that. I don't know the numbers. Flat Derp says, it's also known that cops work with the hustlers to push heroin, coke, and meth here on the South Side. Of course they do. I mean, that area over there is it's a candy land of perversion and insanity. You know what I'm saying? It's a psychopath's paradise. Places like that, you know, especially Los Angeles with the movies and the glamour and the people and the egos and the vanity and like the materialism, all that. You know, it's where all the worst things about our society have come from, is that area. Not all the worst things, but a lot of the bad things that make America what it is come from Hollywood. You know, I don't know if you could like necessarily blame one race for that, but you know. Richard Clark says he's got a Kawasaki. Someone gave him, but he doesn't have a license yet. Tearing it apart, front end loose. Yeah, you don't want to lose front end on Kawasaki when you're going like about 126 miles an hour. Oh yeah, Earth Sweetheart says, oh yeah, all the good stuff for the kids. LOL. Flashstiller says he only sees 13 viewers. Right now it says 29 for me. Barbie McGill has joined us. Barbie McGill. And says, hope everyone is well. Maybe she wants to come in here. I don't know. Nathan says refresh, Vlad. I think if he refreshes the screen, he might lose the comment board. Check this out. Little wise words from Nathan Oakley. Oh, yeah, I know you guys are all looking back and reading along with me. You should all refresh if you watch for more than 15 minutes. Counts as an extra view and gets VB up the rankings. Oh, I'm shooting for the stars. Oh shit, Flat Derp says all the gangs are connected to these Masons in Southside LA. The money is like 900% profit margin or more. Tomfoolery says Eric is the smallest out of those four, but he stands to gain the most. Vlad says, really? Oh, talking about the refreshing. Rob S says, is there a storage limit in our brain? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I know old shit, gets pushed by the wayside, and think about all the day-to-day stuff that just, all that information that just gets completely burned away in moments, but still somehow stays with you. Still somehow stays with you. Richard Clark says, cops here are all Masons. Most of the firefighters are also. Nathan Oakley says, I've kind of become the guy to ask stuff about random YouTube anomalies. It's true. I was going to ask Nathan how to do some, to put at one of my videos as the front page video that you always see when you come to my channel. And then I realized that not necessarily be the greatest idea. But when I asked him how to help me do it, he said, give me a call and I'll walk you through it real quick. It takes like 15 minutes. But then I thought about it for a while and I never got back to you. Sorry about that, Nathan. Never got back to you about that. And I decided to not do that, at least not yet. Maybe I need to make an actual channel ad, but, good luck with all that. I don't really have the power to, well, I do have the power to do it, but I don't really know how, and I don't really want to necessarily. Maybe I do, but I don't really want to right now. Make videos that have video footage in them. I mean, I got my live stream so you can see motion footage, but in all my other narrated videos, it's literally still shots that I fade in and I push at the screen and stuff like that. Or I scan and shit like that. But I don't have any actual moving footage in any of my narrated pieces. I just don't. I mean, I think I'd have to download I'd have to download the content, the movie shit. That would take up all kinds of space on my fucking computer. Then I'd have to use it. I guess I could delete it, but doesn't that just puts wear and tear on your RAM and shit like that? My friend, when he sold me this fucking laptop, I made him completely purge it and reset it. And so it's basically virgin. It's using like 18 to 20%. No. Yeah, there's like 80% of open space on this bad boy. And it's all just going to stay virgin for as long as it can. I don't even like to corrupt my shit. I like to keep the shit clean as fuck. So anyways, Space Lord 3 has joined us. Space Lord 3 has joined us. Let's see. This is good times. I'm really glad everybody's here. It looks like I got 31 people watching. I'm very happy right now. Shumanati says DQ, yay. P. Mars has joined us and says, no observable curvature. That's true. That's true. Barbie McGill says, a Kawasaki. Nathan Oakley says, frozen views and stuff. Talking to Vlad earlier. Heart smiley face has shown up. Heart smiley face has shown up and he says, hey guys, have no fear. Tim Osman is here. Ooh. P. Mars says, water always maintains its level. Water always maintains its level. Good to hear you here, P. Mars. Richard Clark says space. Lee Harvey Hitler has even shown up and says he has a Kawasaki Quad King 550. Delay says, hey Tim. And officially, hey Tim. It's good to have you here. More than happy to have you here. Sorry, bro, I had to take down that video where you were on my channel. I don't know if you've heard me say this, but in my last video I said I'd sometime like to have you on and we could just talk about non-flat Earth. Because even though we've had our differences about the shape of the Earth, there's still a bunch of stuff you've said over time. There's still a bunch of stuff that you've said, Tim Osman, that I have no choice but to agree with and find as very, very, very wise words. And I'm the flat Earth dogmatist. Okay, a lot of you people out there, you see that and you get weirded out. I say, why the fuck is Validation Boy supporting Tim? I'm not supporting Tim Osman. I don't condone activities that certain people in YouTube have taken. One of which happens to have been Tim Osman. In fact, he did it to me once. I don't condone that. Of course, I'm not going to condone that. But I'm also not going to hold that against him what he did to me. I'm not going to hold it against him if he feels like he has to have if he has the desire to go do that. I don't think he should do that, but that's his choice. I can't sit here and be like, you're a total fuck bag. I used to say that. But cumulatively, over time, cumulatively, Tim Osmond seems to be on the good side of things. And like I was saying before last week, if the shit really hit the fan and we had to go to Washington, D.C., I'd rather have Tim Osmond and Jem Panda and guys of the sort and P. Mars by my side than Joe Blow down the fucking street, who sucks. Okay? So we're part of a community. Tim Osmond, like it or not, you're around the, as Nathan Oakley says, you're around the flat earth campfire. Very wise words there. And so we're all flat earthers, bro. And peace and love. Peace and love to Tim Osmond directly from the mouth of Validation Boy, and fuck all you haters. Fuck all you confused weirdigans that don't understand how intelligent fucking brains can operate. And you want to get jealous, you want to play games. You want to be fucking weirdos. You take sides all the fucking time about every little stupid fucking thing and shit, I don't really give a fuck, Shit, Tim says, no creep cooking on the flat earth, brah. Oh, man. It looked like you were like burying bodies. That's what Jed said on there. He's like, Tim's burning bodies and burying them. Nah, I didn't. But he was crick nizzling up. Flat Derp says nowadays it's normal for high school and college kids to slang pills, lean, ecstasy. It's easy. They get it from the hospitals and from Europe too. From Europe to LA? That's weird. Jed Skeptic Media has joined the party. Test Vision says, VB, draw on your face. No, that's old shit. That's old shit. Test Vision has joined us. Jed Skeptic Media has joined us. Twitwit has joined us and says hello. Oh, shit. Attention. We are live streaming the Flat Earth Jihad Trojan Horse. That's for people that don't want to be here. You could go over there, I guess. P. Mars says, Chicago skyline visible 1,000 miles away. Space Lord 3 says, I love trolling. And my thing, I said, please come troll me. I don't even care if it's brutal, Charlotte 1966 has joined us and does the dirt sign. Tim, cruelty of Tim. And he says, please pay attention my stream and not this clown's. Well, whatever. You should just simulcast me, bro, like Jed did that time. Twitwit's in the house, P. Mars, Charlotte 1966, who I asked if she'd like to join, I asked if she'd like to join. I don't know if, she will. But a lot of people have been saying, yeah, Charlotte, go on. We want to hear you. We want to hear you talk. We want to hear what you got to say because we like you. We think the stuff you say is funny and that you sound pretty wise. So if you want, Charlotte 1966, maybe I could send the link over. Barbie McGill says hi to Tim, to Jed, to Twitwit. They all say hi back. P. Mars wants to get him some whiskey. Just get drunk and listen to VB. Jed Skeptic says, anyone seen my new vid? I haven't seen it yet. You talking about your latest live stream where it's you and Tim? I watched it. That was actually a very highly entertaining chat that Tim Osmond and Jed Skeptic Media had the other day on Jed Skeptic Media's channel. They did. It was good times. I enjoyed it a lot. Charlotte says, is it any good, Jed? Tim says, okay, guys, we are being trolled here. No, we're not. No. I'm just trying to include everybody. You guys, we're in our own corner. We're in our own corner. All these names, all you people, we're all tied together. Jed, Richard Clark, Earth Sweetheart, Validation Boy, Nathan Oakley, Charlotte, Barbie, Tim Osmond, Twitwit, P. Mars, Shroomnaughty, Test Vision. Tomfoolery, Rob S. We're all part of this little corner of YouTube. And most of the people on that list are content producers. It's very interesting. Twitwit says, Tim is amazing. You should love him, VB. Well, I don't love Tim. I'm just some fucking guy. And Tim is just some fucking guy. And Jed is just some fucking guy. Okay. I don't. The thing is, I don't want to hate Tim Osmond anymore. I just don't want to. It's why do that? Silly Willy. You know, because like I was saying, Tim has said so many true things. You know, that over time, the scales tip the scales. Like I said, I'd rather have Tim on my side than fuckbag Mick knuckle swat down the street and shit. Tim Osmond comes in, crashing the party. Tim Osmond comes in, crashing the party, and says, "Hi, my name is Tim Osmond. I'm just a normal guy seeking truth and cooking bison at a crick fire. I debunk lazy flat earth dogmatists. Check me out." Oh, Jet Skeptic says, "Anyway, bye, people. See you Saturday." I'm listening. Test Vision says, "I'm listening to Tim, Chan, and this. VB sounds like a crap rapper." VB tends to rhyme by accident. I end up doing that a lot of times. I don't even know why. And then he jokes. It's all good. It's all good, though. Tim says, "Later, Jededias." Jed does not stand for Jededias. Tim, with a knife in the back, says, "What is VB talking about tonight? How he is a lowly dogmatist." Tim, you know damn well that there is no inherent fallacy in dogmatism. There's no inherent fallacy in dogmatism. No inherent fallacy in dogmatism. Oh yeah, you can even make a song about it. Tim says that VB is the flat earth low-hanging fruit. Oh, there's no meme yet for that. He needs to make one on Photoshop. I don't know why, Tim. Damn, you're being brutal, bro. Thanks for existing, Valley Girl boy. Wait a second. I know why he's doing that because I invited everyone to come troll me. Actually, I should be thanking you, Tim. How stupid of me. How stupid of me to smoke this good life over here and then fucking forget the thing that I did less than 2 hours, 3 hours ago when I invited everybody to come in here and troll the shit out of me tonight. You know, let's take it back to the old days, you know, but it's tough now because I have a lot of love that I want to send out in all these weird directions and shit, you know. Wake the Sheeple 2016 has joined us and says, "Hello, VB and everyone. I hope everyone is having a really good night." Most of us are. Kyle Jones says, "Don't simulcast me, brah." Tim Osmond says, "Wake the Sheeple might actually be lower hanging fruit." Earth Sweetheart says, "Hey, wake the Sheeple." Charlotte 1966 says, "Wake the Sheeple. Hello, God is real," and smiley face. Kyle Jones, who is a fake account, says, that's what he says. Flat Still Earth says, "So far, my research on railguns is they are not what they say. There is no video of them traveling 125 to 250 miles per hour. Only, or just there's no video of them traveling 125 or 250 miles. Only short distance, few hundred feet." That's very interesting. Wake the Sheeple says, "I definitely agree. God is real." Wake the Sheeple 2016 says, "I definitely agree. God is real." We are created. We are put here by a creator or a creative force, creative entity. Kyle Jones wants to say the N-word about 50 times. Whatever. I don't know why. There's no wrenches here, bro. You don't have to worry about getting banned or nothing. So you can say that all you want. You know. Charlotte 1966 says that, yeah, I don't think this Kyle Jones character understands how Validation Boy live stream works. There's literally no wrenches in here. I'm the only flat earth channel that does live streams in the entire YouTube flat Earth or anti-flat Earth scene that has no wrenches whatsoever. So test your might. Let's see your best, because nothing you say will be banned in here. Charlotte 1966 says, "We are truly tethered in a solipsistic fucking nightmare." I don't know about nightmare. I think you make it a nightmare if you want to, you know. Flat Earth and other hot potatoes. Miss Patricia Steer has joined the chat and says hi. It's great to have you in here, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining. And Wake the Sheeple 2016 says, "Hello to all the beautiful, intelligent, flat Earth women." Smiley face. Shumanati says, "LOL." You know. Delai says, "Hey, Patricia." Charlotte says, stay, Kyle, you hateful little shite." P. Mars says, "Martin Liedtke's show is 10 times better than Dell's." That was interesting. You know, in Tim's chat today, Jedediah came through and said something about how Martin thought he was off air at the end of his show, and then he did a little comment about Dell. It was interesting to see. You know, there's so many angles being played by so many people. I figure, you know, why not just be open about it with everybody? I think we need that catharsis, you know. That's what I hope that this channel and this live stream gives the community an opportunity to do. Flat Derp says, "I make Flat Earth Killuminati music videos. I don't monetize. I do it for fun and hopefully bring up the spirits of the lonely Flat Earthers and Christians. Yup, enjoy." That's awesome. Thank you. Flat Earth and other hot potatoes. Patricia Steer says, smiley face, Charlotte. Kyle Jones says, "Validation Boy is great." Man, I don't know. Maybe I should have someone in here. Maybe I should. Someone named Chode Laban has joined the chat. And immediately afterwards, John Laban shows up and says, "Chode Laban?" That's unnecessary. Oh, man. Spec has shown up. All right. Spec says, "Hello. You might remember me from Hangout Classics like Spec interviews Mark Sargent, or maybe the all too favorite Spec and Cathexis go to school." Charlotte 1966 says, "Laban Earth forever." How about that, right? Okay. Oh, man. John Laban says, "Tomfoolery 2001 proves the Earth is a Laban stationary ball." I don't know. I don't know what makes things stick to a ball. You know, the only thing I can imagine that would cause things to stick to a ball and it not be buoyancy and density and it not be gravity, it would have to be some other undiscovered particle, I guess you'd have to say, that exists in the material world that is some kind of magnetizes to something that's underneath us. Okay. It's something that we haven't discovered yet, or science has discovered it and doesn't want to tell the public about what this stuff is. But maybe there's something that exists in all matter that acts as some kind of magnet, some kind of electromagnetic type of thing. Who fucking knows? Well, the chat has stopped, you know. How long have I been going? Oh, I've been going a damn hour. So, you know what? It's fucking break time. You know, maybe when I go to break time, John LeBon says, "VB needs to lay off the e-cigs. Is there any long-term testing on that shit? Probably straight up poison." You know, I don't like the e-cigs. I did give them up. Patricia has taken one guitar lesson. it's Russian Vids was on Patricia Steer's show the other day, and it was one of the best interviews I've seen in a long time, or one of the best live hangouts, whatever you want to call it, flat earth type shows in a very long time. It was one of, and the two of them together was pretty good. She was asking just the right questions at just the right time. What a gracious host, I wish, we could all be like that. I'd like to see Tom Fuller of the ISS host a show. I love that guy's voice. I would love to see that. I think a lot of people would tune in to see it if Tom Fuller of the International Space Stage hosted his own show. I think a lot of people would watch that. But yeah, so RB was on there and he was talking about how you can't just talk about things. You can't just want to do something. You have to just literally do it. And that's what it took. When I was in middle school and high school, every day after school, I would come home straight to my bass and straight to my guitar. Hours and fucking hours of playing it. I was obsessed with it. You have to be obsessed. And that's what it takes. And if you can do that and be obsessed with playing guitar, give yourself a year and a half. You will be tearing up the guitar. You will be tearing up the guitar, maybe even 8 or 9 months, you'll be tearing up a guitar if you really, really just became obsessed with it. And there's a lot of tricks you can use out there. You can make sure your guitar is in tune with a tuner. You can do the research and find out what your favorite songs are tuned to. Okay. You can get this stuff called tablature, and you can mimic, and you can play the CD and have the guitar with the amp plugged in and put them both at a medium volume, or, where you can hear them both comfortably. And then you look at the tablature and you see what they're doing. We'll do it without the music first. Try to play the thing that they're telling you to play on the chord. It shows you the chord, what finger goes on what fret and what position. You do it, and then you put the CD on, and then you play along to it, and all of a sudden you start understanding what it's like to play in a band. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, 2-3 months of doing that every day, boom, you're a badass guitar player. It happens. It happens. Nathan Oakley says, great show. Yes, VB it was, the one with RV. It was interstellar. Blowing it out of the water. Tearing off the roof. Twitwit says, Spec, what kind of music do you play? John LeBon says, oh yeah, Russian Vids. What an intellectual heavyweight. If this is the real John LeBon, this might not even be the real John LeBon, but says, oh yeah, Russian Vids. What an intellectual heavyweight. Everything equals 33, and that is proof the Masons are in charge. What a joke. Well, that's why I don't even believe this is the real John LeBon, because John LeBon had Russian Vids on his show and myself, and I got to actually be on his show with Russian Vids. Very, very bright dude. Okay. Flattered another hot potatoes. Patricia Steer says, thanks, VB. John LeBon is my next guest. He's been begging me so much. Just kidding. Trousers equals 33. Look at Michelle's dress. It's orange. Orange equals 33. Proof the earth is flat. I don't know if he makes those kind of great leaps, but, that's why I don't even know if this is the real John LeBon. Spec says, LOL, I'm a tab foo maniac. Yeah, you get that tab. I personally don't use tab. I literally listen to the music and mimic it. I have what they call perfect pitch. And I've been doing it for almost 30 years. And I started off like the hard way, trying to play along with Metallica, Anthrax, and Slayer, and actually learning the riffs, literally learning them without the tablature. And then over the course of time, if I had messed up and been like, oh, I've been playing this wrong the whole time, as I've gotten better as a player, I realized what they're doing and how I was like actually mistaken before about one little part of one song. Like, oh, this is what they're doing. Figured that out. Now I know how to play every single thing that these guys are doing, all Metallica songs and shit like that. I can play it all the way through. I can't play lead guitar all that great. I can do a little bit of lead, but that's what I do. Daylight Ohio says VB is right about the G. I don't know what the G is. The guitar. Oh yeah, about the guitar. Tom Foolery says PK has been asking for donations. His computer broke and he can't make any more vids. That can't be true. Daylight says, I've played for 30 years. You have to practice daily. Yeah. Well, on guitar, yeah. With bass, not so much. You know, you can have your long runs of practicing your bass all the time, but once you get to a certain level and you can play other instruments really well too, like I can play drums really good, I can play guitar really good, I can play bass the best out of all the instruments. Bass is what I do best. I barely pick up the bass guitar ever unless I'm playing a cover gig, or I'll just fuck around on it for like literally less than 2 minutes. Every 40, 50 days, I'll pick up my bass for like 2 minutes and I'll shred it, you know, and I'll put it back down because I play bass in my mind. I don't know if I told this story already, but there was a guy I used to play in a band with, and he was reading a book by some world-renowned jazz bass player from yesteryear, from the 40s, 50s, 60s, or from some time in the fucking past, some stand-up bass legend. He was reading the guy's autobiography and stuff, and the guy says that he plays the bass in his mind. He just practices in his mind, and so I guess that subconsciously rubbed off on me. And then 20 years, well, that was almost 20 years later, you know, that's what I do. I play bass in my mind. When I listen to music, I listen to a new pop song comes up, new Katy Perry song comes up, new fucking Michael Jackson song pops up, new fucking Genuine. I'm just kidding. You know, Justin Bieber, whatever fucking song pops up and it gets blasted at you. You know, in public, in the grocery stores and shit. I listen to the song. I'm like, oh, okay, that's in the key of G. It's probably G minor, probably F sharp minor. You know, maybe it's F sharp. And then they're hitting A. Oh, now they're going to C sharp. Now they're going to E. Okay, I can tell you what's happening in a song as they're playing. You know, I listen to music. I already know the notes. You know, like Beyonce song comes on. It's looking like it's break time for me, guys. Tom Foolery says, totally true VB. I'm not sure what that is. Twitwit says, I'm thinking about getting into a hobby other than trolling, that is. You know, it'd be great. You know, it'd be interesting. What if Patricia Steer had Twitwit on her show? I wonder if Twitwit would want to be interviewed by Patricia Steer. That'd make for a great show. I bet that would get mega huge ratings. Twitwit seems to be this mysterious character that everyone seems to want to know all this stuff about. Apparently, whenever Twitwit shows up, everybody shows up. Might be a more popular channel than she thinks she might be. People seem to show great interest. Huh. I don't think this is the real John LeBon. Unless John LeBon's just trolling like I asked people to, but he's trolling other people. But I mean, I guess that's how it goes. Chode Sweetheart has joined us. It feels good to get back on here, you know, and just, you know, talk. I don't have any guests this time, you know, just free associate, just blab. You know, it's my specialty. People say that some of my best shows have been like that, but I've had shows with guests that have been pretty fucking fantastic too. So in the meantime, I'm gonna take, you know, what is it? Okay, I'm gonna take a fucking 5 minute, maybe even up to 10 minute break. I don't even know. If I had a guest in here, a guest or two, you guys could continue on talking, but it's not gonna be one of those shows. And maybe I should leave you guys with some kind of music or something. Maybe I'll leave you guys with some music. In the meantime, I'll be right back. I'm back. Motherfuckers. I'm back. Full force. So much shit going on. So little shit going on. as I take hits from the bong. When I take a hit from the bong. Hey trolls. I'm back. You motherfuckers. This one goes out to Daylight, Ohio. Oh, fuck. Just like the olden days. Tell me, if any of you out there want to come in, talk to me. You know, I know I'm boring as fuck lately, and especially tonight. I'm especially fucking boring tonight. People in the chat saying that Spec should do a hangout. Don't start one right now while I'm on the air, but yes, you should definitely host a hangout. You have hosted many before, so you know. And they lie Ohio in the spirit of trolling me, which is what I asked everybody to come do. Says, I know you're reading Validation Boy when I was out there on break. He says, I know you're reading Validation Boy. What the fuck kind of music was that shit? Mario Brothers. And I said, nah, it's some dumb shit. It's my first 7 videos were little video game style songs that I uploaded on YouTube. The sound quality you heard there is total garbage, but when you actually listen to the videos that are up, it's very rich and loud and in your face production. And it's very simple, you know. But I took them down. Nobody ever watched them, and a couple people watched them, you know, but nobody really cares. So it's a lost art. It's Mega Man 2, Rygar influenced video game music, Japanese style music, Japanese early 80s Japanese video game music. It's a lost art. Nobody does it. Oh, Deja Vu says, sup everyone. Victoria Sarton has joined us as well. Flat Stiller says, I watched them. I don't know. You watched them before I took them down then, I guess. Yeah. Daylight says he saw that. I don't know. Maybe you guys are talking about something else. I don't know. Yeah. Well, everybody seems to be taking it real easy tonight. Oh, they allow us. I'm not the one where I was playing bass. Yeah, I had 2 videos up where I was playing bass. Those are also gone now. Nobody cares about it. I swear I used to have talent, guys. I swear I used to be entertaining. Daylight says it sounded like a video game. Well, yeah, they did too. They kind of did too. So, what do you guys want me to talk about? Is there any good subjects you want to hit on? You want me to hit on? Or you can just troll me some more. I don't care. Shumanati says I just left my Game Boy on. I'll take that as a compliment because those were supposed to sound like old video games. Maybe I'll put them back up. I don't know. Daylight says I could tell you can play, no doubt. Yeah, I've been playing been playing drums since I was 10, but I don't play them anymore. But about when I was 12, 13 is when I started picking up guitar and bass. I'm pushing 40 now, so whatever the math is on that, well over 20, almost 30 years. Daylight says Geddy Lee was a big influence on his playing. Geddy Lee is the man. My cat's losing his mind. You know, I want to put the little cutie pie on camera, but he's the best looking cat that's ever lived. But there's a bunch of you weirdos out there. I don't know. There's not much going on. Kind of already did my rant. Kind of already said everything I had to say. You know, I'm interested to see what happens with some of these new characters that are emerging in Flat Earth. Sometimes when you come out swinging too hard, you burn out really fast. You know. And sometimes, you know, shit doesn't work out the exact same way you thought it might when you set out on your mission. 72nd Human has joined us and says, hey, folks. I'd love to have a guest in here. I can't read that on the air, Nathan. Come on. I'd love to have guests in here, but nobody seems to really give a fuck about Validation Boy anymore. Now that I don't spew hatred and drama. Nobody cares. Oh well, such is life. Maybe I'll just end the show right now. I got 25 viewers though. What do you guys want me to talk about? Come on. I'll go for another 15 minutes. Richard Clark says, Ohio, your girlfriend's cat shits on her? Slash says, I would join, but I was on last time. Well, yeah. You've been on the last like 3 shows. Thursdays are usually slow, says Spec. Yeah, not necessarily, though. Not necessarily. I think Validation Boy is just slow. Dark, slow, low, uneventful. This time. This time, at least. Tom Foley says, play the PK Truth video. Deja Vu says, bass pentatonic scale? Tom Foley says, let's talk about digital begging. Oh, man. Earth Sweetheart says, I'll join you next week, VB, when I get a new headset. That'd be great. You know, not much is happening lately, you know. Trying to be a peaceful, happy guy, trying to live a happy life. Things change a little bit, you know. New dynamics in the social scene of Flat Earth, you know. A lot of other people throwing shit around at each other. For once, it's not me doing it. Makes things a little uneventful, doesn't it? You know, I asked you guys to come in and troll me, but it's just all my friends. You know, Tim's trying to tell everybody to come over to his thing. You know, maybe we should. Maybe I'll just end my show now and go over there. No, there's nothing going on. Just wanted to come live and say what I said before I took my break. Glad to have everybody come in and join me. It's been a lot of fun, like it always is. Earth Sweetheart says, yep, it's been boring. No one to make videos about lately. LOL. It's true. It's true. Well, with that, it's been a lot of fun. It's been an extra short live stream. No guests. Said what I wanted to say. I'm repeating myself at this point. Hopefully things will pick up here pretty soon. Maybe next time I'll beg someone to be my guest and we can advertise for like a week in advance. And we'll see how things go. Anyways, with 24 viewers at this time, it's been great having you guys on here. Shout out to everybody. Everybody. This has been Validation Boy live stream. This has been Validation Boy live stream April 6th, 2017.